Happy snow day. Hello, everybody. Okay, I don't know where you are, but in Toronto, we're getting pummeled right now with lots of snow. How much snow, honey? How much snow are we getting?
40 centimeters.
40 centimeters, which equals to what, a foot and a half?
Probably, yeah.
Foot and a half. I want 3. I want 3 feet of snow.
Yeah, because I have to shovel it.
Okay, so today we're doing a mobility class. And the reason why, I'm just moving my mat here. The reason why this is important is when we get OLDER, we start losing movement, mobility through our body. So what we're going to do today is work on some joints, so our spine, as well as our shoulder joints and our hip joints for our low back. So this is really good if you're feeling a little stiff. Okay, so equipment that you need, potentially a foam roller if you happen to have one. And if not to worry, we may not even use it. I just like to have like my props around. So if you're watching live, please say hi and tell me who you are, because I'm streaming in from somewhere else and I can't see who is on here. So, okay, so let's get started. We're gonna start with a standing spinal twist. So have your legs a little bit wider than your hips and just rotate your spine and let the arms go. And the key here is try to keep your hips as square to the front as possible. Keep your arms nice and relaxed, and you can see my arms are kind of like wrapping around my body, and your shoulders are down away from the ears, and just let your arms go and let your shoulders come across the midline. Yeah, I'm kind of cutting my top of my head off, because the reason why I have the camera down so low is because we're going to be on the floor shortly. Keep going. Yeah, just let the arms go. And I see that, over the years, and it's with the clients that I do have now, that we're all, most of my clients are all over 50, and I can see that they're getting stiff in the spine, and something as simple as this has become very challenging. So it's really important to keep your spine nice and limber, and we're just doing some rotations here this way. And have you noticed, are you getting a little looser? Let's keep going. Relax those arms, shoulders down. You got 10, 9, keep your hips square, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. All right, getting a little tingly in the arms. Okay, so we're gonna do some standing cat and cows here. So we're gonna do some flexion extension with the spine. We just did some rotational stuff. So let's have your legs hip width apart, shoulders back and down, nice light hands on your thighs, and you're gonna hinge. So see how my spine is in line with my head, or my head in line with my spine, and my hips are behind my heels. Oftentimes we're doing a back bend versus a hip hinge. So you wanna send your hips back. Think of your hips as like a door hinge. All right, so keeping the chin tucked in, your eyeballs should be like 3 feet away from you. Shoulders back and down. Take the next inhale, tuck your tail, tuck your chin in. This is where you want to curl your spine. And then exhale, draw those shoulders down, collarbone, tailbone up towards the ceiling. You want to aim your collarbone up because you're getting more of an extension through the upper spine versus into the low back. Tuck the tail, tuck the chin, collarbone, tailbone reaching up towards the ceiling. And reverse, flexion, and extension. And let's do one more. Curl in, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, and exhale. Reach that collarbone up, shoulders back and down, and then let's find neutral. Okay, we're gonna wag your tail and look. You're gonna wag your tail to the left, look to your tail, and then you're gonna wag to the right and look. So right now we're bending through the waistline here, okay? And you're gonna slowly work your way up. So you're gonna bend up a little higher. So you're gonna fold over or bend sideways as much, and kind of into where my bra strap is, side to side, and work your way up towards your armpit. So we're side bending that spine from the hips all the way up to the armpits. Good. Last 4, 3, how's that feeling? Here's 2 and 1. Come on up, roll those shoulders, okay? All right, how's that feeling? We're gonna do a couple more standing series, and then we're gonna come down onto the mat. So we're just gonna do some back stroking here, guys. Yeah, just like you're going for a little swim. Yeah, reaching back, nice big circles. And if anything's hurting, just shorten the range a little bit. You know, even with the cat and cows, if something's bothering in your low back, you just gotta stay away from that pain, but still continue to do it. Yeah, go a little slower. I'm gonna kneel down here so you can see me better. But you guys keep standing. Yeah, reaching back, going for a little swim, opening up that shoulder joint. Good. Keep going. There we go. If you're here, please say hi. And if you're watching replay, please type in replay. 8, 7. Yeah, feel that little stretch, right? 6, right across the shoulders. And whoops, wrong arm. 5, whoop, wrong arm. 4, 3. Yeah, here's 2 and 1. This may not be possible if you got rotator cuff issues, right? If that's the case, just make your circles a little smaller and you can bend your elbows more this way. But if you don't have shoulder problems, you can have nice long arms this way. All right, so just because the exercise doesn't work for you, there's always variations that you can do. The next one is going to be, you're going to in and then out, in and then out. So same thing, opening up the chest a little bit. Yeah, and you can feel a little stretch through the biceps here. And drop your arms down a little bit lower so you kind of stay out of the traps, out of your upper shoulders there. Because you know what? I don't know about you, but I get lots of tension headaches. Right? Keep going. 5, 4, that's it. 3, yeah. Here's 2, and last one. Good. All right, so stay in that standing position. Don't go down here yet. If you have a foam roller, you don't necessarily need it, but if you do, you can hold on to it. I'm just going to get out of my way here. I'm going to knock this thing over, and you're just going to swing your legs. Let me get comfortable. Forward and back. Okay, so now we're working into that hip joint. So make sure that you don't bend your spine this way. You don't want to be hyperextended. You just want to move your leg bone inside that hip socket. Okay, so make sure you're not overarching that spine. Just move your, if your hips are swinging just a little bit and it's not bothering you, that's fine. If it's bothering you, you can just tighten up your abs. So keep your belly button tucked in, and you're going to get less movement through the hips and the lower back, right? Hang on a second here. I have a problem standing on my left foot, so there we go. Yeah, so you feel a nice little stretch through the hip flexor here. I'm going to come a little bit more forward, okay? And then you can change the angle a little bit, right? So you can go in and back, slightly on an angle. Kind of getting into more the inner thighs here. Good. That's it. Same thing, try not to arch your back. You just want to move your leg bone inside that hip socket, right? Yeah, I'm kind of cutting my head off here. All right, and let's switch sides. Who cares about my head anyways? As long as you can see what's going on, that's the important part, right, ladies? Okay, forward and back. This side might feel a little bit different. Oh, it's a little looser for me on my left side today. Yeah, every day could be different, right? Yeah. And again, make sure you're not arching your back. Yeah, tuck that belly button in if this is bothering your low back, and just don't swing as hard. Yeah, whoops, tipping over here. Yeah, you might want to grab a piece of furniture. Yeah, and then going into that angle. So in and out, in and out. So getting into the inner thighs and the outer hip. All right? Try not to fall over here. Yeah. Yeah, this is really gentle stuff, because you know what? You don't have to go kill yourself at the gym. I mean, yeah, sometimes if you want to, for sure, but not every workout has to be like a 10 out of 10. Mobility is very important, especially, you know, as we are, for us aging beauties. All right, so let's put that aside for now. Let me just move my screen down. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's do some cat and cows down in tabletop position. All right, if this is bothering your knees, you can always double up on your mat. Otherwise, you want those hands underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips. Shoulders back and down, and you want to be looking forward. So you want to feel like you're getting rid of all the creases in your neck, sort of, right? So you don't want to be too tucked under, but you don't want to be this way either. You want to feel neutral. So neutral spine includes your head, not just your spine. All right. So in this position, we're going to take a next inhale. Exhale, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, and really try to reach that spine up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, let that belly button fall. Shoulders back and down, reaching that collarbone, up towards the ceiling. Really push down on those hands so you create a nice long neck and spine. Exhale here. And inhale in the other direction. And in Pilates, this is considered Pilates, by the way, not that it matters, but the breath doesn't really make a difference which direction it is. So if you notice that in the standing series, we did the opposite breath, and in the kneeling series or the inverted series, we're doing the opposite breath, okay? So it doesn't really make a difference. Good. Exhale here and inhale here. Good. Exhale here and inhale. This is bothering you. Just give yourself a little break. And done. Sit all the way back at your heels. Let's bring your toes together, knees nice and wide. Let's reach your arms down. Let's take your forehead down towards the mat and try to walk your fingers towards the top edge. Yeah. Take a nice big deep breath in here. Feel your ribs and chest kind of expand here. Nice little stretch. Exhale. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale. Take the next inhale. Walk your right hand over towards your left hand. And breathe here. So you should feel your right side opening up, a nice little stretch. And big exhale. Okay, walk your right hand back. Walk your left hand over to your right hand and breathe. Inhale here. And a big exhale. Good. Back to center. Roll yourself up. And let's turn ourselves over into the seated position. Okay, so my hands are behind me. Okay, it doesn't matter where they are as long as you're comfortable. Legs not close, not wide, somewhere in between where it feels comfortable. And you're just gonna do some hip sways, letting your knees fall from side to side. Good. Okay, we're gonna add some more movement here, but let's just get the hips going. Good. And we're gonna add a little reach. So right now I'm leaning to the right. My left arm goes to the right and reach. Come up, switch legs, go to the left. My left arm wraps around and reach. And then switch. Yeah, this should feel good, right? Nice. And reach. Don't worry, we're not doing burpees today. Who likes to do burpees? Anybody? Nobody. Don't worry, there's none of them here. There's a mobility class. Yeah, keep going. And if you feel like you could stay down here a little bit longer and really reach a little farther away to kind of feel that stretch into that low back, go right ahead, right? Good, and reach. And one more time on the other side. And reach. Good. All right, let's lie on your back. We're going to do the same thing. Little remnants from this weekend's little get together here. I got a little piece of lei. You know those little leis that you wrap around your collar? Okay, when you go to Hawaii, that's what that is. Okay, so legs hip width apart. We're going to do the same thing here, hip sways. And this is a good exercise to determine what your mobility is and how stiff you might be. Feel like, oh, you know, my low back is tight and sore. This is a good exercise to do to see how far your legs can drop. Okay, so my legs are, yeah, they're actually pretty good right now. Could be because we did a whole bunch of things already in standing and kneeling and that last one, the last seated hip sways. Good. All right, so let's take it back to center. And all I want you to do is, so these are your hips, they're level right now. You're gonna push one hip down and then release back to center and then push the other hip down, back to center. Just tipping your hip from side to side, okay? Try to be gentle here. I find that when we're so used to trying to work out so hard that when it's a simple or a light workout like this, people tend to over-engage. So it's really important to just try to be gentle. So let's take a breath in the middle. Exhale, tip your hip, tuck your belly in. Inhale, release. Exhale, tuck your belly in, tip your hip to the right, doesn't matter which side, back to center. See what you feel in your low back. I know when my back was tight the other day, this was a huge relief for me. Exhale, tip your hip, tuck your belly in. Inhale. It's just to try to disengage your glutes and think about using your abs a little bit more. Yeah, that's why we're inhaling in the middle. Exhale, tip, tuck your belly in. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, tuck your belly in, push down with the other, tuck it, yep, back to center. Couple more on each side. Exhale, inhale, center, exhale, inhale, center, and one more on each side. Exhale, inhale, center, and exhale, inhale, center. Good. So now your hips are down here on the floor, okay? So right now my fingertips are kind of facing the ceiling. This is mimicking my hip. We're gonna tip your hip, roll your hip forward so your pubic bone away from you, and then pubic bone towards you. Inhale away, exhale towards, okay? If you probably notice that you're engaging those glute muscles to really tip that hip towards you. I want you to disengage them, so come to the middle here in neutral. I want you to inhale, and I want you to exhale, tuck your belly in and bring your pubic bone towards you. Inhale away, exhale, tuck and towards, exhale, inhale away. So when you use your abs, it's a little bit more gentle, okay? So it's a little bit more subtle in the movement, and that's okay, all right? Because I want you to use your abs more instead of using your glutes. Inhale away, exhale towards. And if you got low back problems and this is bothering you, just try not to go as far in your range of motion. See if you can shorten that range and see. Because this is a really good exercise for low back pain, okay? Believe it or not. Especially if you're, in both directions. You're gonna feel more pain in one direction versus the other for most people. Yeah, and then back to center. All right, so we did the tipping, we did the pelvic tilting forward and back. Now we're gonna draw a circle with your hips. So inhale towards, exhale away. So you can feel the contact with your hip bones, right? Can you feel that? Inhale away, exhale towards. And feel your circle to make sure it feels like a circle and less of a square or any other shape for that matter, or an oval. Try to make it nice and circular. Good. Inhale away. And same thing, think about your abs versus your glutes. So your circle is going to be a little bit less intense and maybe a little bit smaller in size. Good. Exhale towards, inhale away, exhale towards, and let's go in the opposite direction. I know you're like, what? This is a workout? Yeah, this is so good. You're going to see shortly, because we did those hip sways, you're going to see how much more range you're going to get just from doing a little series here down in the hips. Yeah. And back to center. Okay, we're going to do a figure 8, but not like a number 8, but more like an infinity sign. Okay, so you got to think about it. Inhale away, exhale towards, inhale away, exhale. Yeah, go a little slower. Try to make a nice, even infinity sign versus something that's a little wonky. Yeah. You got to think about this for a little bit probably yeah, there we go. Even I'm having a hard time talking here. Good. Inhale away, exhale towards, inhale away. Good. Opposite direction. Okay, ready? Inhale away. Yeah, this direction's a little tougher. You might need to talk it out in your head. If you're having challenges here, it does get easier over time. Not to worry. Yeah, and stay within your range of motion, whatever that is. And back to center. All right, drop one leg all the way to the floor. Doesn't matter which one. Hug a knee right into that chest, and then gently release and switch. Hug the other knee and switch. Hug the other knee. Good. You want to keep it dynamic. Okay. Good. And what all these exercises do, believe it or not, it actually creates space in your vertebrae. And when you create space, it creates more mobility, more range, more movement. Okay? So if you have a stiff back, this is what you want to do. Yeah. A couple more, one on each side. There's one. And then there's two. Let's bring your feet back on the floor, kind of where they were originally, and do some hip sways here. See if you notice anything different. Yeah, I'm definitely getting more range, especially on the one side where I'm a little bit more stiff. Good. All right. Back to center. Let's bring one leg up into tabletop, bring the other leg up into tabletop. You can have your hands on the outside of your legs. You can bring your knees into your chest a little bit to start off, and you're just gonna open your legs apart, okay? You can add a little bit of extra pressure by taking those hands on the inside of your thighs and just opening them up. Or you can push your knees a little bit further away, but make sure you still maintain neutral spine. That's level 2. Level 3 is to extend both legs up, because the longer the lever, the more stretch you're gonna get. And if that's not enough for you, you can add a little pressure on those inner thighs. Good, and bring them together and open them apart. Take any variation you like that works for you, that feels good. This is supposed to feel good. It shouldn't be painful. If it's painful, you need to digress and bring it back. Inhale, exhale. Good. A couple more. Inhale and exhale. And last one, inhale and exhale. Bring one foot down, bring the other foot down. Good. Now we're going to work on the upper spine, okay? So this is what I've noticed over the years. This is where we lose the most amount of mobility first, okay? All right, so let's bring those hands up into the air. I want your hands together, and I want your arms to be across your chest. Oftentimes, this is what I see, okay? Make sure you feel like you're squeezing your boobs together is really the feeling that you want, okay? So have a look to see where your arms are. They're kind of a little bit further down versus up across your shoulders, okay? So keeping your hands together, arms straight, don't move them. You're gonna roll to one side and then roll to the other side. So my shoulders are coming up off the floor. And I'm basically doing the same thing with my arms as we did with our legs. Okay, so keeping your elbows straight, keeping your hands together. And this is basically your upper spine mobility, and see what kind of range you're going to be able to get. All right, just remember this range and this feeling. Don't let your elbows bend. Keep those hands together, arms across the chest. Oh yeah, don't move them. You just swing from side to side. Let's do a few more. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Take those hands apart. Palms are facing in. Drop your arms down to your side. Take your arms up over your head, okay? Down and up. If this is bothering your shoulders, stop before you get to that pain spot. If it's here, it's here, okay? If you can do one arm, great, okay? So just always work with what you have. Oftentimes people just go, I can't do it, so they stop. Yeah, no. There is always options, always options. Shortening the range is the easiest one, okay? So keep sweeping those arms down and up. Keep going. Let's do a few more. Let's go 5. That's it. 4. Good, good. I feel like the back door is open. 3. I feel a huge draft. Maybe because I'm on the floor. 2. And 1 more. Up and down. Finish at the bottom. Yeah. So let's have your arms at your side with your palms facing up. We're going to do top half of a snow angel. Sweep those arms up over your head. Sweep those arms down towards your side. Sweep those arms up over your head. Sweep those arms down towards your side. Good. Again, if this is bothering your shoulders, stop before you hit that pain point. Okay? Good. So here's what we're doing. We're going to create more space in that upper spine so you get more mobility through your upper spine. And time. All right, so let's bring those arms back up. Clasp those hands, elbows straight. Arms across your chest here, ladies. Sweep those arms to the left or right, and then switch. Notice anything different? Yeah, I definitely have more range. Elbows straight, hands together. Arms across your chest. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. All right, come on, roll yourself up. Let's do a little time check here. Awesome. Oh, we got 5 minutes. Okay, you know what? Let's do this one because let's do a hip and let's do a, anyways, doesn't matter. Let's do a hip stretch. Okay, so you're sitting, options, sitting with your legs crossed. Okay, option 1. If this is not available to you, you can shove some pillows or yoga blocks underneath your thighs. Okay, option 2, a half lotus. Okay, or option 3, trying to get those knees above. They don't have to be exactly right above each other. The idea here is regardless of which position you take, you want those sit bones resting on the floor. Okay, so grow tall in your spine. Pick the version that works for you. Take the next inhale, have your hands down in front, and just fold forward. So right now, my left leg is over my right leg. I'm feeling a stretch in my left hip. Okay, guys? So if you're right over left, you're on your right hip. And try to relax. Take a nice big deep breath. Make sure it's just a gentle pull. Okay, if you're having a hard time breathing, you need to come up a little bit. Okay? Yeah, and keep your shoulders down. You want to try and be relaxed. Take a nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, I want you to sink your weight and try to relax those hips. Good. Take the next inhale, breathe in. Just one more exhale. Exhale, relax, and feel your body weight sink into your mat. Good. And slowly work your hands back up. Sweep those hands behind. Extend those legs out. Give it a little shake. Get some blood flow back in there. Okay, we're going to do the other side. And then we're going to do some hip flexor stretch because this is another tight spot for a lot of us. A lot. I'm talking about 95% of us, if not more. Okay. Same options. Maybe the other side's different. Okay. Same with your legs crossed, half lotus, or stacking your knees. Keep those sit bones resting. Grow tall in your spine. Take the inhale. I want you to try to relax here. Exhale, relax those hip muscles. I can feel tension right now. I'm holding. So try to relax. Good. And then when you're ready, walk those hands forward and folding forward. Having your hands on the floor takes a little bit of pressure off. Okay. If you do it this way with your hands behind your back, there's definitely more weight into that hip joint. Okay. So pick your option, make sure it works for you, and that you're still able to breathe. Good. You can add a little wiggle. See what that doesn't feel good. Don't do it. Okay. Yeah, good. Breathe. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. Relax. And one more time, breathe in. This is for all the sitters out there, meaning like all the sitting that we do. That would be me as well. Yeah, come on up. Sweep those hands behind. Untangle those legs. Give it a little shake. Yeah, okay. Last one. Okay, hip flexor stretch. Okay, if you need to double up on your mat, go for it. A piece of furniture, you might need it, or a foam roller. You're going to come into this kneeling position, okay? You're aiming for 90-degree angles, okay? You don't want to be here and be jammed in. You want to have some space, okay? Tuck your back toe under. The key to this exercise here, guys, is not to arch your back. In fact, you want to tuck your bum under and then press your hip forward, okay? So you should feel it right here, probably through your quads and through your hip flexors. And this is what I like. I like to pump my hip a little bit, but keep squeezing that butt. Squeeze this butt cheek. Yeah, keep that belly button tucked in. So you stay upright and less arching through the spine, right? Squeeze that butt cheek, tuck that belly button. Then you can have your hands here to ensure that you're engaging those muscles and pump those hips only if it feels good. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. I'm seeing some snow. I'm going to grab this foam roller. Okay, other leg. Hang on. Oh, yeah, this leg. I switched sides when I really didn't need to. All right. So you're aiming for the 90 degrees. So your legs should be, your feet should be on train tracks. Oftentimes we're stacking and you feel like you're going to fall over. Okay. So make sure your legs are on train tracks. Tuck that back toe under. Move this leg forward a little bit. Tuck the tail and then press your hip forward. Yeah. And if the pumping the hip doesn't work, just hold it. Okay, just hold it. Yeah, I like pumping the hips because I do this stretch probably, well, not every day, but pretty close. Sometimes multiple times a day, and this just kind of gets into that hip a little bit more. But again, only if it's comfortable. Yeah, squeeze your butt, tuck your belly in, stay tall, grow tall in your spine. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. All right, sweep that leg to the back. Let's place your hands on the floor. We'll make this the last stretch. All right, press yourself up into a downward dog. Yeah, really push into those hands and try to drive those heels into the floor. Reach those hips up nice and high towards the ceiling.
And let's pedal out your feet. Oh, that feels good. Keep going. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Bend your knees if you need to. Walk your hands towards your feet. Hold it down here for a second. Slowly roll yourself up.
Nice big shoulder roll at the top. And there's your mobility class, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching it live, please say hi. If not, tell me you're watching it on replay. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.